really no idea at all.
Not really.
There's that lovely little Wolseley hornet. Well, good morning folks, welcome to the old classic car channel. Now, we were recently at the Marbury Merry Days. I got speaking to a gentleman there who also had an old car on display. We were there in this, the V8 Pilot, and he mentioned that there is actually the first car gathering to be held at a pub over in Shropshire, in Ash Magna, at the White Lion, which is a community-run pub. Now, that was the first I'd heard of this particular gathering. Like I say, it's not been held before, but a quick look on Facebook confirmed that this is indeed the case. So I thought, well, it's only an afternoon do from I think it starts about midday through till about 3 o'clock, and as the weather is particularly fine today, I thought, why don't we go and have a look? So we've dug out and dusted down the oldie V8 Pilot. We're going to head over there and just see what else is going to turn up. Like I say, I don't really know how well publicised this one has been, so there could be 4 cars there, there could be 40 cars. I have really no idea at all. But yeah, well, it's no great skin off my nose to go and have a bit of a look around and just see what is there. Fired this one up. We had the pickup truck out just a few days ago, so it's the turn of the oldie Ford. Mickey Mouse is co-driving over there in the middle of the dash. So yeah, well, let's go and have a look, see what else is going to turn up at this particular one. Mrs. OCC has been very busy lately planting her own mini meadow here outside the house. Well, as often seems to be the case, we are the first ones here, and we were rapidly joined by the 1955 Riley RM, so they look pretty good together. And the question is just how many more cars will come, and how many more people actually know about this little gathering here in Ash Magna. I spy Cobra replica in front of the White Lion here. Good to see the Jensen and the MGB GT here. I think we last saw these two at the Cobra meeting just a week or 2 back. Certainly looks very purposeful, this Cobra replica. Great colour, huge side pipes down the side there, absolutely glorious. Great little Mark III Triumph GT6. MGC Roadster pulls into view. Very, very nice too. Over here is that beautiful GT6, non-original wheels, 5.5J. I used to have those on my 2.5 Spitfire back in the 1990s. I had a set of those wheels. I don't quite remember what they're from, but they certainly look the part. It's a very straight car, this one indeed. Like I say, it's a Mark III, so last of the variations of the 6-cylinder Triumph GT6. And talking of 6 cylinders, there it is. Morning, there's that fantastic MGC Roadster. Let's just have a look at this here. Very, very nice, very sleek car indeed. Perhaps it's come through the Matthewson's auctions. And as Harley just pointed out to me, we have kind of got three very different British GTs here. So we've got the 6-cylinder 2-litre GT6 over here, then we've got the mighty V8 Jensen, the Jensen SP 6-pack. It has a very special carburettor set up on those particular cars, and at the end here, one of the recessed grille versions, just like Dad's, versions of the MGB GT. So that's a 4-cylinder GT. That is a V8, and that is an inline 6 on the end there. And the MGC also has an inline 6, but that is 3-litre, as opposed to the GT6 with its 2-litre engine. Yeah. Very interesting lineup, and all very similar colour as well. Next up, 4-door Cortina Mark 1 from 1964. It looks a little bit lowered, sounds quite sporty. I think there have been some modifications on that one. What a great looking car that is. This glorious MGC is a real Bobby Dazzler. What a fantastic car. It's been tuned up a little bit, 150 plus brake horsepower. Just chatting to the gentleman that owns this one. Restored before he bought it. Full nut and bolt rebuild this one's had. And it is in truly fantastic, glorious condition. Really, really nice. At first glance you'd think it's another MGB, but no, this is a 6-cylinder MGC. Torsion bar front suspension on these. Very different under the skin compared to the 4-cylinder cars. The V8s came a little bit later. They were all fixed head only. Next here are the White Lion. A grey Sunbeam Alpine on black wire wheels. That looks very proper indeed. Here's that spectacular bright orange Cortina on the BU registration 64. It's one of the Aeroflow cars with a slightly bigger grille and the Aeroflow ventilation set into the rear quarters here. So that's the giveaway, badged as a GT, so I'm guessing that's what we're looking at here. There are 1 or 2 Cortina GTs in this neck of the woods.
It's definitely a competition.
Yeah, oh, it looks like it's used for a bit of club rallying. It's for sale as well. That's a pretty groovy little car, that is. I've noticed an information sheet in the window of the Jensen SP, so let's find out a bit more about what SP actually is. It says, hand-built Jensen motors, June 1972, 232 Jensen Interceptor SPs were ever built, making it the rarest of all the Jensen cars. Less than 70 SPs are known to still exist today. The SP stands for 6-pack. The 7.2 litre V8 Chrysler 440 cubic inch triple carb 6-pack Mopar engine. 6-pack engine was used in American muscle cars like the Dodge Challenger and the Plymouth Barracuda. Wow. Great use for an old bath. Here's that fantastic Sunbeam Alpine. I love the painted wires. We can have a quick peek under the bonnet as the bonnet is raised. Yeah, K&N air filter on this one. Yeah, very interesting car. What a lovely, great little car this is. This was Roots' answer, I suppose, to the MGB GT and the Triumph TR4. What a lovely looking car that is. This is an original Roots Group colour as well. Very, very nice. Real classy looking car. And again, I just think those satin black wires with the shiny spinners just look so right, I think. Got a groovy pair of Triumphs here.
Oh, you know, I said I want sensible bikes to ride sensibly in the road. Turns out,
We have a whole gaggle of cars coming in. Let's just move this cone out of the way. Great little Westfield there. 66 Fiat 500. GT40 replica here. Looking and sounding pretty spectacular. What a great car that is. Followed by a 71-ish VW Beetle. Beautiful colour.
Not really.
I guess the one thing they have in common is engines behind the driver. More two-wheeled magic here. Fantastic little Fiat 500. Spectacular Plymouth here, 1967. Wow, that sounds phenomenal. Let's have a look at that fantastic oily rag bike that pulled in before. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at. FSL 451. It's certainly of age. Look at that glorious old Smith. It's a BSA, is it?
It's just BSA.
It's earlier than a Bantam. Yeah, but what a great speedo. I love the shape of that.
Well, it's on an L plate, so I presume it's someone young, so it's either under 125 or under 50cc. Two stroke, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's got BSA on the side casing, isn't it? This one lives fairly locally. Lovely old 6-cylinder Wolseley Hornet saloon. What a great sound that makes. Engine cover raised on the VW Beetle. So let's have a quick peek under there. VW 1300. So yeah, it's such a nice mix of classic cars here today at the White Lion. All being well, this meeting will just continue to grow and grow as word gets out, which is what we want. So many people like these smaller meetings now, including us. Yeah, really, really cool car, in fantastic condition as well. Very unusual colour. Certainly quite an eye-catching car, isn't it? Huge fuel fillers. Not much in the way of ventilation in these. If it's a warm day, you're going to get warm. Quite the variety here today. There's that incredible Plymouth Fury. What a great looking car that is. I do like, you know, the 50s were way behind by this point in time. The fins were gone, all the ornamentation of the late 50s cars are gone, and you got much more subtle looking cars, and I must admit I do quite like this era.
I love stacked headlights.
Stacked headlamps do look good. Yes, indeed. I concur with that. Nice wide steelies, especially on the back, which is always good.
It's like Dodge Darts, I really like that.
Yeah, you like your saloons, don't you?
Yeah, these are like the old...
It's got the original supplying dealer. So there's that Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
The cool sort of backstone.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. Look at the shape. I love the shape of the doors. There's that lovely little Wolseley Hornet. Quite a small capacity, 6-cylinder engine in these. Super original, this one. We do like a pre-war saloon.
Alright. Nice bit of parking around the corner.
What a great old survivor that is. So many of these have been chopped up to make specials and so on. But it's more special still to see one that's been preserved and kept as a saloon. Here's that super clean classic Range Rover. One of the 5-door versions. Yeah. Very, very nice too, and alongside that, slightly lowered E30 3 Series BMW. The Jensen and the MGB are going. Bespoke gear selector on this mini-based Jiminy. Nuova 500, literally new 500, because this, I guess this was probably the replacement for the earlier Fiat Topolino. Hello.
Can you do this car for me? Oh no, you're alright.
Mark 1 Ford Escort. Here is that Mark 1 Mexico we saw driving in before, with an RS Turbo based on the Mark 4 Escort alongside that. And over there, the Cortina that we looked at, the Cortina GT that we looked at just a little while ago. Bonnet now up on the GT40 rep, and there's a serious set of rims on the back of there. Wow. Well, I think things are starting to wind down a little bit now here at the White Lion in Ash. So I think for a first time event, it's gone very, very well. There's been a nice mix of cars here. Cars from all over the area, and it can only grow from there. So thank you very much for watching this particular video. I'll include some links to other events that we've been to recently at the end of this one. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please give it a thought, because all that kind of thing helps the channel grow. There'll be many, many more videos along very, very soon. So bye for now, and thanks for watching this one.